We are most delighted to invite all of you to our 31st All India Moot Court competition organized by KLA Moot Court Society from 9th to 12th of Feb 2022 at Keralalawacademy Law College campus, Perurkara, Trivandrum.
If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, you are a leader. These profound lines by Quincy Adams, we would like to give momentum to our 31st All India Moot Court competition by extending our enthusiastic greetings to esteemed guests, dignitaries, intellectuals, professors, participants, students, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jidin SB with my co-host Lakshmi Ramesh, and we extend a warm welcome to all our audience.
Today, this evening has brought us together on this virtual arena to witness the inaugural ceremony for our 31st All India Moot Court competition set forth by Keralalawacademy Law College, known as the cluster of legal scholars, teachers, and students with a remarkable feat of minting nation's best legal minds. The All India Moot Court competition, organized by Keralalawacademy Law College, is the third oldest national moot court competition in India, with its eternal flame emanating knowledge and wisdom for over 3 decades, which have drawn participants from various law colleges all across the country to showcase their expertise and understanding in mooting.
The Keralalawacademy Law College, which began its strides since the year 1966, could have remained a far-fetched dream without our beloved Narayanan Nair sir's vision-inspired approaches. He himself, a legal enthusiast and scholar, made the dream realizable by laying a strong foundation to this revered institution. Before we get the ball rolling, let us all observe a moment of silence to cherish the memory of our beloved Narayanan Nair sir. Thank you all.
Every block of stone has a statue inside it, and it is a task of the sculptor to discover it. With these words of Michelangelo, we'd like to welcome our beloved principal of Keralalawacademy, Professor Harindran K., who is also a meticulous sculptor of young minds, to officially welcome our guests to this inaugural ceremony. Sir, please.
A warm good evening to all. Most respected, our chief guest, Professor R. Bindhu Ma'am, Minister of Higher Education and Social Science, Kerala. Most respected, Dr. N.K. Ravikumar sir, former Vice Chancellor, Nuval Kochi. Respected Advocate Nagaraj Narayana sir, Director of this institution. Respected Professor K. Ravikumar sir, Director Student Service of this institution. Dr. Dakshina Saraswati, General Secretary of Moot Court Society of this institution. And all other distinguished invitees, participants, teaching faculties, non-teaching faculty members, students, parents, and other well-wishers of this college. As you know, the Keralalawacademy Law College conducts every year several academic competitions at national level, such as All India Moot Court competition started in the year 1990. National Client Consulting competition started in the year 2000. ADR competition, and also trial advocacy competition, etc. The present competition is our 31st All India Moot Court competition, scheduled from 9th February to 12th of this month. The one peculiarity of this competition is the 3 eminent sitting judges of Supreme Court are presided over the final round of the competition. And another attractive factor of the competition is we offer a cash award of 1 lakh rupees for the winner and rupees 50,000 to the runners. Anyway, we are starting this competition with an inaugural function. This function is inaugurated by our chief guest, Professor R. Bindhuman, Honorable Minister for Higher Education and Social Justice. She was the mayor of the Thrissur Municipal Corporation and was the principal and head of the English department at Sri Keralawarma College, Thrissur. So we are extremely honored and blessed with the august presence of our chief guest. We are really thankful and grateful for accepting our invitation and marking her presence and spending her valuable time with us in the virtual platform. We are eagerly waiting for the inaugural address here. On behalf of the Kerala Law Academy, Law College, the Moot Court Society, and everyone present here, and I personally extend a profuse welcome to you, ma'am. Dr. N.K. Jayumar, sir. This function is presided over by the eminent personality, Dr. N.K. Jayumar, sir. He was a professor and head of the law, University of Kerala. He was a secretary, Kerala Legislative Assembly for a considerable period of time. He is the former vice chancellor of Nuvat, Kochi, and member executive committee of Kerala Law Academy, Law College. And he is an outstanding scholar, eminent jurist, and ardent inspirator and a constant motivator. His achievements and contribution to the legal, academic, and education field is remarkable and notable. Totally, he is a great teacher of all the teachers in India. He will deliver the presidential address here. In the name of this college and the Moot Court Society, I extend a warm and hearty welcome to you, sir. Advocate Nagaraj Narayana, sir. He is the director of this institution, special public prosecutor and government leader of Forest Department in High Court of Kerala, Kerala Bar Council member, adjunct professor Nuvat, Kochi. He is the pioneering spirit behind this institution and is always taking the initiative and leading role in conducting all the academic programs, competitions, and all other activities and events of this institution. On behalf of everyone present here, and I personally extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Professor K. N. Kumar, sir, joined with us. He is the general convener of this program, this competition. Actually, he is an effective and efficient executor of all competitions, all programs, and all events conducted so far here. He is the ardent supporter and the constant inspirator and instant guide to all the teaching faculty members in conducting all the programs in a successful manner. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy Law College and the Moot Court Society, and I personally extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Dr. Dakshina Saraswati, he is the General Secretary of Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society. She has taken a leading and active role in organizing the 4-day virtual Moot Court competition. She was working day and night for the last 3 months along with the students for the successful completion of this program. She will be proposing the vote of thanks for today's function here. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy Law College and Moot Court Society. And I personally extend a warm welcome to you, teacher. I also extend a hearty welcome to all the participants coming from across the various parts of our country. And I also take this opportunity to welcome all the teaching colleagues, especially the faculty conveners, Professor G. Anilkumar sir, Professor Ajida Nair, Srimati Prajita teacher, Advocate Ranjit R. Nair, Srimati Vidya Devi, Srimati Reshma Soman, Advocate Arya Sunil, and also the student conveners, Ajay Y, Shruti Kannan, Trishi Gesh, Nanda Kishore, Anantu R. Arjun DM, Darshana Vikram, Gobiga Shashi, Abhirami, Indu Sandosh Nair, Sri Durga, Vishnu Priya, Sandhi, Ashik Muhammad, Gogol N. Rajan, Deviga Chidatvi, Mumna Naushad, and also Jitin SB and Lakshmi Ramesh, who are comparing or anchoring in this function. And I also warmly welcome the non-teaching staff members, including the technical staff, students, their parents, volunteers, and all other well-wishers of this college. Thank you. Thank you, also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for making this evening more delightful with such a warm welcome. At this moment, we would like to graciously welcome you two into the session, sir.
Thank you.
It is a great pleasure for the Kerala Moot Court Society to host our promising participants representing various law colleges all across our country. The persisting pandemic situation has caused blockade to our formal welcoming of the participants. Therefore, we have prepared a video address to welcome all our participants to our 31st All India Moot Court Competition 2022. So let's roll the reel.
Fiza Hussain and Sandra Auntie Joseph from School of Legal Studies, Kusat, Cochin.
Abhishek S, Shoaib Fasil and Nandita V from Tamil Nadu National Law University, Tiruchirappalli.
Aishwarya Datta, Maulinath Moitra and Simran Chatterjee from Amity Law School, Kolkata, West Bengal.
Gurbaz Singh Puri, Ahana Malik and Aishwarya Sai from Christ University, Delhi.
Rahul Jacob, Riddhi Janva and Siddharth Sharma from Institute of Law, Numa University, Ahmedabad.
Adipanavya Sri, Anani Misra and Rajat Deepak Kalal from School of Law Christ, Karnataka.
Vineet Bachwani, Arya Sharma, Arunima Sao from Hidayatullah National Law University, Rajput, Chhattisgarh.
Jennifer Sarita, Annie F. Lalum Rati and David Mauso Mutlang from Government Mizoram Law College, Aiswal, Mizoram.
Pushpit Singh, Sylvia Tommy Simon and Salonia Adil Kumar from Symbiosis Law School, Hyderabad.
Devadat Menon, Srijit Khande and Ray Moore from Government Law College, Mumbai, Maharashtra.
Anna Santosh, Lakshmi Priya and Aishwarya S from CSI College of Legal Studies, Kottayam.
Anandavarshini, Arya Prashant Nargunde and Pradeep Prashant from Symbiosis Law School, Pune, Maharashtra.
Riya, Aviral Bardwaj and Gaurav Misra from Chandraprabhu Jain College of Higher Studies and School of Law, Delhi.
Malvika Rajivan, Matthew Jones Varghese and Fasik P.O. from Government Law College, Kozhikode, Kerala.
Subdeep Das, Swapnakalpa Datta and Akhilesh Seth from KIT School of Law, Odisha.
Angelina Joshi, Deepti Damodaran, Mohammad Hassin from Al-Amin Law College, Shornur, Palakkad.
Abhay Srikumar CA, Maria Teresa and Ashish Monsi Thomas from Vaikunta Balika College of Law, Udupi, Karnataka.
Sajina Said, Nandita S and Vishakha J from Sri Narayana Law College, Ernakulam.
Avrin Chakrabarti, Shalza Agarwal and Raghu Sastry from Symbiosis Law School, Noida. Vivek Pandey, Mandir Nair and Durga Sharan Srivastava from Innovative Institute of Law, UP.
Sai Kirti, Tanvir Singh Jandi and Bhavika Mehta from Army Institute of Law, Mohali, Punjab.
Nalin Sharma, Dinesh Sethi and Lokesh Kumar Gupta from Krishna Institute of Law, Uttar Pradesh.
Muhammad Nihal, Alina Johnson and Atulya Anna Pannachan from Mar Gregorius College of Law, Thiruvananthapuram.
Sarvagya Jain, Sriji Patel and Ved Bukaria from National Law Institute University, Bhopal. Jissa Matthew, Ramisa Rashid and Sarah Selin Saju from Al-Azhar Law College, Todupuzha.
Haripriya H.M., Bhanushree J.S. and Nia Fatima Ashraf from Keralalawacademy Law College, Trivandrum.
Keralalawacademy Law College welcomes all of you to a 31st All India Moot Court Competition 2022.
Well, that was indeed a great stimulus for our participants. We extend our thankfulness to the crew which got this wonderful reel rolling. It is a matter of great pleasure to welcome all our audience to this grand inaugural ceremony. For that, we have prepared a video to welcome our audience.
May it please this honorable court. Keralalawacademy Moot Court Society is organizing its 31st edition of All India Moot Court Competition. KLA has grown in stature to become a pioneer in legal education, legal research and legal reform. The Mooters of Academy are the flag bearers of the renowned international fora.
Founded in 1967, it is the first and was for many years the only private law institute in the state. It is accredited by the Bar Council of India and affiliated to the University of Kerala. The Moot Court Society organizes professional training schedule for the mooters of the Academy Mooti.
Systematic and disciplined training for the development of the skills of the team members are the part of the schedule. The Moot Court Society of Keralalawacademy gives special training for the students to participate in renowned moot court competitions organized at national and international levels.
Moot court competition and selections give opportunities to law students to get exposure at the national and international level with lawyers, reputed judges and academicians. Participation in moots prove to be highly beneficial for law students who intend to improve and polish their litigation skills.
Keralalawacademy remains a front-runner in bringing out the untapped nuances in mastering the ability of mooting. The state-of-the-art method of education, suitable to meet the needs of changing times, is a resounding example of what Academy has to offer to its students. Teachers who are adept in their respective disciplines are strongly encouraged to nurture these students into the lawyers of tomorrow. And the global standard set at KLA spurs us on in a relentless pursuit of excellence, making it more or less a way of life.
This competition intends to give a glimpse into the actual court and judicial structure of the country. Through moot court, law students are able to improve their skills like the legal research and legal writing skills. It will be our endeavor in creating an atmosphere of invigorating intellectual challenges, and also providing an opportunity for learning courtcraft through simulating experiences in this competition.
It is a matter of credit that the students trained by the Academy Moot Court Society have won laurels in several competitions, including the internationally renowned Philip C. Jessup International Moot Competition held in Washington, D.C., USA. Keralalawacademy has been adept in organizing many national moot court competitions in the past with significant efficiency and transparency.
The winners will be awarded with 1 lakh rupees and a KLA trophy. The runners-up with 50,000 rupees and a trophy.
We are most delighted to welcome all of you to our 31st All India Moot Court Competition to be held from 9th to 12th of Feb 2022 at Keralalawacademy Law College campus, Perurkada, Trivandrum. We request all of you to join us virtually and make this event a grand success.
What a delightful video it was. Now, we are blessed with the presence of Professor R. Bindu Ma'am, Minister for Higher Education and Social Justice, Government of Kerala. Before wearing her political ideologue on her sleeves, She served as the Vice Principal and Head of English Department at Sri Kerala Verma College, Thrissur. She added uniqueness to her political career by becoming the first woman minister from Thrissur and also the first woman MLA from her constituency. She was also the mayor of Thrissur Municipal Corporation and the member of the Senate and Syndicate of the Calicut University. She is a Central Committee member of All India Democratic Women's Association. Ma'am, we are much pleased to invite you for giving the inaugural address. Ma'am, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Respected Chairperson of the inaugural session, Dr. N.K. Jayakumar, former Vice Chancellor, NUALS, Advocate Nagaraj Narayanan, Director of Kerala Law Academy, Professor N.K. Harindran, Principal, Kerala Law Academy Law College, Dr. Dakshina Saraswati, General Secretary of Moot Court Society, members of the faculty, participants in the Moot Court competition, dear students, and other members of the audience. At the very outset, let me express my happiness in participating in the inaugural ceremony of the 31st All India Moot Court competition conducted by Kerala Law Academy, a prestigious institution which has a glorious tradition of providing quality legal education to the students of Kerala for more than half a century, producing many luminaries in the political and legal fields of Kerala, including ministers, MLAs, MPs, and judicial officers. The Academy has 31 years of experience in conducting All India Moot Court competitions, and it is highly commendable that the students of this institution excel in various moot court competitions conducted by reputed agencies at the national and international levels. The legal profession has been one of the most mighty, noble, and esteemed professions, but at the same time, it is one which is often misunderstood and ridiculed, albeit one of the most essential to uphold and affirm justice and order in society. We often forget that some of the finest human beings have had their character and career shaped and fine-tuned by their training in law. Whether it is Mahatma Gandhi or Abraham Lincoln, Nelson Mandela, or our own Justice V.R. Krishnaiyer, great human beings have honed their humaneness with a training in law. They saw law as a pursuit of justice and truth and went out of the courtrooms to the needy to take up the cause of justice in the lives of ordinary human beings and waged their lifelong battles against injustice. They have employed all their skills, be it the persuasive power of their language or their ability to foster trust through sincere and truthful behavior. They have used every aspect of their character in the service of justice. It is important to remember that the budding lawyers who participate in this moot court competition also are the inheritors of this rich and noble legacy. I take this opportunity to remind them that it is important to be just, not simply legal, and to be a human being negotiating the lives of other human beings. It is important to remember that the truth and justice you uphold are the fulcrum on which the lives and fortunes of other human beings turn. This gives you great responsibility and makes your enterprises all the more challenging. Reading and interpreting law to help those in need of legal remedies to their problems is a profession endowed with nobility. A jurist, be it An attorney or a judge is a seeker of truth in the mundane and material world of evidences, an interpreter of language attempting to establish the true meaning of words, linking them with intentions expressed in human actions. The word is the law, and a good lawyer, like the expert literary critic, will interpret the word to effect a convergence of the meaning of it with the meanings of human actions. There is no greater claim to truth than the one Geoffrey Chaucer makes in his magnum opus, The Canterbury Tales. I quote, "My words will be cousin to the deeds." In this sense, the lawyer, like the poet or the literary critic, is a person engrossed in language, making its understanding the business of one's life. Thus, a lawyer's life and career depend on interpreting the law correctly, on writing a brief which will clearly lay out the facts of the case, and of preparing and vocalizing arguments in order to persuade another person or persons to buy the truth that one apparently delivers. The ability to debate and to persuade, the capacity to convincingly compose an argument, to use the felicity of expression in the honorable pursuit of truth, to weave the thin strands of language to string the beaded wisdom of jurisprudence in the service of justice defines the profession and enterprise of law. To be trained in this skill is to succeed as a lawyer. As you prepare yourself for the moot court competitions for the year, it is significant for us to remember how the moot courts help one acquire the legal skills, the ability to do research, the talent to prepare a brief that is exhaustive but clear and systematic, and the oral advocacy skill to use persuasive speech in order to convince a jury or judge the truth and validity of your interpretation of law and your version of reality. Though simulated, the moot court will provide budding lawyers substantial training in the essential talents and skills of their profession. A moot court competition is also the anvil on which the future lawyer is beaten to sharpness and sheen, the space where the lawyer's skills are put to trial and proved so that prospective employers can make their considered selection. I hope the participants will use this as an occasion to prove themselves and to better themselves in their efforts to become lawyers with a mission as well as talent and skill. I wish the organizers all success and hope that they will be able to raise the prestige of the competition higher to the mark as a significant event in the nation's legal circuit. Wishing all success to the participants, I have great pleasure to declare this year's edition of Law Academy's Moot Court Competition open. With these words, I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your insight and words of wisdom with us. Now, we have the presence of Dr. N.K. Jayakumar, former Vice Chancellor, NUALS, Kochi, member, Executive Committee, Kerala Law Academy Law College. He is the recipient of Mannat Krishna Menon Medal, Bar Council of Kerala, 1975, and Justice K. Nair Gold Medal, University of Kerala, 1973. It is an honor and privilege to welcome such a distinguished personality to this dais. I cordially invite Dr. N.K. Jayakumar, sir, to give the presidential address to this function. Sir, please.
Minister for Higher Education and Social Justice, Dr. R. Bindu, Professor Harindran, Principal of the Kerala Law Academy Law College, Professor Anil Kumar, Advocate Nagaraj, Dr. Dakshana Saraswati, and other members of the organizing team, faculty and students of the Kerala Law Academy, participants from all over India will make the next 3 days intellectually vibrant in the Kerala Law Academy campus. Once. Naturally, my memories go back to a similar evening more than 3 decades back, when the Law Academy was organizing the first national moot court competition. It may be in the year 1988, which means on 2 or 3 occasions we were not able to conduct the All India competition. That's why it is the 31st now. At that time, the JSUP moot court competition organized by the Pondicherry Law College was the only national moot court competition in the country. So initially we had only a few teams to participate. Gradually it picked up. And Law Academy's moot court competitions have become perhaps the most prestigious moot court competition in India, attracting teams from all parts of India, from all the prestigious institutions of legal education. So I am really proud to be a part of the 31st All India Moot Court competition. In these 3 decades, I also find the stature of the Law Academy going up. From a little known institution in the southernmost part of India, has become an institution which is known and accepted among legal circles, not only in the country, but even abroad. A journal which is brought out by the Kerala Law Academy, known as the Academy Law Review, is the only journal other than the Indian Law Institute journal which has been appearing without any break for more than 45 years now, making remarkable contributions to the development of legal literature. There are so many other fields where Kerala Law Academy has established an impression. I do not want to explore all those areas now. Today's moot court competition, this year's moot court competition, is inaugurated by Dr. Bindu, our Minister for Higher Education and Social Justice. I don't think we never had a Minister for Higher Education and Social Justice in the same person in Kerala. The link between higher education and social justice is very, very significant. Higher education must be a tool, an instrument for achieving social justice. And the initiatives taken by the Honorable Minister, within the short span of time she has been in charge of the Higher Education Department, are really very promising and generate great expectations in us. In fact, in her address, brief address, she has brought out the relation between justice, truth, and law. You have been listening to her words and you have remember her differentiation between legality and justice. Legality is one thing, and justice is another. Sometimes these proceed in parallel lines. Whatever is legal need not necessarily be just. And whatever is just need not necessarily be legal. It's also necessary to understand the significance of legitimacy, especially when the validity of laws is considered. Our question is always whether a law is constitutionally valid or not, whether it can be constitutionally sustained or not. And in this process, what is often forgotten is the question whether law is legitimate, whether it has legitimacy. Only when law has legitimacy, when law can claim legitimacy, a law will remain as a part of the social consciousness. Otherwise, law will be there in the statute book, but it will be as good or as bad as death letter. People will not pay any heed to such a law which lacks legitimacy. These moot court competitions, of course, are part of the skill development programs. Now, practically every law school in India organizes moot court competitions. And from moot court competition, we have traveled far, organizing client consultation competitions, trial advocacy competitions. Even not two institutions have started competitions for drafting law. An idea will be given to you and you are expected to draft a law, a model law, and submit it for the competition. These are all excellent ideas. It takes legal education to get the rights. In this connection, I remember an incident which took place many years back when I had an opportunity to visit the United States of America. A program which lasted for a month. And my focus was on administration of justice in the United States. So one day, I was a guest of the US government and they have organized all the programs. One day, the program given to me said, visit to a court, trial court. So in the morning, the vehicle came with a protocol officer designated by the government. I was taken to a court, trial court. Trial proceedings started. Witnesses were examined. Brief arguments were made by the counsel. This went on till lunch time. During lunch break, we were taken to the room of the presiding judge. Then the judge asked me, Professor, did you notice anything peculiar in the trial proceedings here? I said, I found them to be of very high standard. One peculiarity I noticed, a peculiar feature I noticed was that all the lawyers were very young. Then the judge smiled and told me, you were watching a trial advocacy training program for the law students. See, this took place in the actual courtroom with a real district judge presiding over the proceedings of the court, taking part in the proceedings. Volunteers were drawn from the community, from the society, as witnesses. They appeared as witnesses. And you know, the next sentence uttered by the judge, it was, I still remember those words. He said, every day I watch such proceedings. But to be frank, these students' performance is much better than the lawyers who appeared before. So that is the caliber that we have in our students. Today, legal education has become a very sought after course. I understand that more than 75,000 applicants are there for the CLAT. The number of seats may be less than 2,000 in all the national law schools. Not only that, not only in number, quantitative expansion, but qualitatively, legal education has become the first choice of brilliant students. But there is also a negative dimension to this. These brightest of bright students who opt for legal studies, they never use their talents for bringing justice to the common people of India. Their services are rendered for the corporates because that is where the money is. Once I met a girl, her father was my student. He's a well-known political leader in Kerala. This girl studied in a prestigious national law school in North India. She was the topper, best student of that institution. Immediately after graduation, she came back to India and joined a law firm in Mumbai. The salary offered her is an astounding figure. And I told her, I am almost at the fag end of my career. Even I don't get as much as you get. You are getting much more at the beginning of your career. Good. I appreciate that. But why I am mentioning this incident is nearly 2 years after this incident, the girl met me again. There was a look of frustration on her face. I asked her why. She appeared to be unhappy. Are you not still in the same job which has offered you an astounding figure as salary? Yes, sir. Money is there. I don't have any satisfaction in my job. Now I am in a dilemma because I completed my studies taking an education loan. Now the liability to repay that loan is there on me. I don't want to burden my parents with that. But I want to leave this job. If I leave this job, repayment of the loan will be difficult. I asked, what does your father say? She told me, when I consulted my father, he said, if you want to leave the job, you leave it. I will somehow pay installments until you are able to pay it on your own. I said, well, then why don't you do that? Anyway, she resigned. I asked her, what do you propose to do after resigning from the job? She said, I want to practice in a small court in Kerala and serving the poor people of that locality. There may not be much money in that. But that way, I find that my legal education will be of benefit to society. There may not be many who feel like this. This girl started practice in Kerala, in a rural area. After some years, she shifted her practice to High Court of Kerala. She's still there. But the point I'm trying to make is the quality of students coming to legal studies, the quality of education that is imparted in the institutions of legal education in India is not reflected in the quality of justice that is meted out. The fight for justice is still a very challenging and arduous. At least some of you must have seen a recent movie. The title of the movie is JP, which shows you how the legal system really functions against the poor, the downtrodden, people who do not have real access to justice. And how a committed lawyer, a lawyer with social commitment, a lawyer with commitment to the poor and downtrodden people of India, how he can fight against injustice single-handedly. And two judges of the High Court also were very compassionate, fortunately, but it does not always happen. So the question is, are we? We stands for institutions of legal education. Are we able to mold lawyers with social commitment? We'll fight for justice for the poor, marginalized, the downtrodden, the exploited and oppressed sections of our society. How many such lawyers we can produce through our system? Only when we have an answer to this question, we can feel proud of our system of education and our institutions of higher education generally, and legal education especially. National law schools have, of course, brought in so many virtues, like attracting the best talents to legal education, developing a work culture that was unknown to institutions of legal education. Because legal education was totally neglected, last resort of any person. And some people were, in a joking tone, used to say, if you walk through a particular road, the principal of the law college will be waiting somewhere there and he will get hold of you and take you to the class to study law. People were forcibly taken to the law colleges because students are not voluntarily coming. And the atmosphere in law colleges also was very easygoing. Once in a meeting, a judge of the Kerala High Court was telling openly that I have never attended any classes as a law student. As if that's a very creditable achievement. Then when I had an occasion to speak, I said, just because a person who has not attended any classes has become a High Court judge, my dear students, don't be under the impression that all those who do not attend classes will be elevated to the High Court. That's not going to happen. There are many reasons why a person becomes a judge of the High Court. There are many paths leading to the judgeship. Anyway, that's a different story. Now, this question I want to pose before the creamy layer of law students in India. Because I do realize that the participants in this Moot Court competition belong to the creamy layer of the student community in legal education. So are you, after a corporate career, or are you bold enough to take up the challenges of the legal profession, especially the challenge of making justice real, those who are denied justice, or those who consider justice as a distant dream, distant, unattainable dream. So I think this is how our Honorable Minister has set the tone for this competition, not just an exercise in building skills, skill development. Skills are meaningless unless they are nourished in a framework of values. So what are the values you cultivate in the students in the law institutions? It appears to me that any education, especially professional education, has to be developed within a framework of knowledge, skills, and values. Skills perhaps will come third, only third. Knowledge, values, and skill. But I don't underestimate, I don't undervalue the importance of skills. Skills are very important for success in the profession, which again was emphasized by the Honorable Minister in the inaugural address. Your skill to persuade people, persuade others to your point of view. That is very, very important in the legal profession. So, all the participants in this Moot Court competition, I am sure at least some of them will think about the role of lawyers in our society. What creative, dynamic role lawyers can play. Taking inspiration from the movie Jai Bhim, where a lawyer, which appeared till the end of the movie that he is fighting a losing battle, but finally he succeeds. That kind of motivation, if we can provide that to our law students, I'm sure that rule of law will have a meaning in our society. Rule of law will be converted to a meaningful concept. Social justice will become a reality rather than an illusion. Before putting an end to my words, I wish all the very best to every participant. But I know that only one team can be the winner. There is a best participant award, then it can go only to one person or sometimes two bracketed. That doesn't mean that all others are bad. I wish each and every one of you the best performance that you can make. Bring out the best in you. If you do that, whether you win the trophy or not, whether you win the cash award of 100,000 rupees or not, it's insignificant. Finally, after the competition, the question you must ask yourself is, did I do my best? If you have done your best, well and good. You have done your job well. The fact that somebody did better is not something you have to be bothered about. Not your concern. Next time, you can also strive to reach that height. Establish the benchmark. So, what you really miss is a pleasant stay in Trivandrum. Enjoy the beautiful hospitality of the Kerala Law Academy for 3-4 days. Because of the pandemic, it's not possible. let us hope that in 2023, next year, we can conduct a board competition on a physical platform rather than a virtual platform. With all my best wishes to you, and with all my congratulations to the organizing team of KLA, let me conclude my words. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable words of wisdom. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. Every celebration is an experience as the external fades away and the internal lingers and echoes the most depths of our hearts. We are reminded that events like this one are milestones on the journey of our life and reminders of God's fidelity all through. Now, it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Dakshina Saraswati Ma'am, General Secretary, Moot Court Society, Kerala Law Academy, Law College, to deliver the vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Jidin. A delightful evening to one and all. Honorable Minister for Higher Education and Social Justice, Government of Kerala, Professor R. Bindu Ma'am, Dr. N.K. Jayakumar Sir, former Vice Chancellor, Nuvals Kochi, and Member, Executive Committee, Kerala Law Academy, Advocate Nagaraj Narayan, Director, Kerala Law Academy, and Member, Bar Council of Kerala, Professor Harindran K., Principal, Kerala Law Academy, Anil Kumar K., Professor, Kerala Law Academy, distinguished invitees, participants from other colleges, my colleagues, and my dear students. The Moot Court competition intends to give a glimpse into the actual court and judicial structure of our country. Moot Court competitions and selections give opportunities to the law student to get exposure at the national and international levels with judges, reputed lawyers, and academicians. Participation in moot courts proved to be highly beneficial for law students who intend to improve and polish their litigation skills. Moot Court provides the law students the legal research skills to identify the problem, its issues, and to analyze them along with the presentation skills for the competitions. The legal writing skills are also imparted to the students to draft the legal memorandums for the competitions. I consider it as a privilege and pleasure to propose the vote of thanks to the dignitaries of today's inaugural function organized by the Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society. We take immense pride and honor in thanking Professor R. Bindu Ma'am, Minister for Higher Education and Social Justice, Government of Kerala, for inaugurating the 31st edition of the Kerala Law Academy All India Moot Court Competition. We have been listening to the most thought-provoking and informative inaugural speech delivered by Honorable Minister Professor R. Bindu Ma'am. We sincerely thank and acknowledge the generosity and readiness shown by Honorable Minister to accept our invitation and inaugurate our competition. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy, teachers, students, non-teaching members, and on my own behalf, I propose a heartfelt vote of thanks to Honorable Ma'am. We take immense pride in extending our gratitude to Dr. N.K. Jayakumar Sir, former Vice Chancellor, Nuvals, Kochi, and Member, Executive Committee, Kerala Law Academy, for giving the presidential address. Sir is an iconic Indian law educator and an eminent jurist and revered guru of this institution. Sir has always been a constant source of motivation and have paved ways for all of us to work hard and stay focused towards our goals. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy, teachers, students, non-teaching members, and on my own behalf, I propose a sincere thanks to Dr. N.K. Jayakumar Sir. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to late Dr. N. Narayanan Sir, founder, Kerala Law Academy, who always remains as an inspiration for us in conducting these events. With immense respect, I would like to extend my vote of thanks to Advocate Nagaraj Narayan Sir, Director, Kerala Law Academy, Advocate High Court of Kerala, Member, Bar Council of Kerala, who's my teacher and mentor and always a fountain of constant support to all the activities in this college. I'm indebted to him for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and for standing as a pillar of strength. With a deep sense of respect, I thank Nagaraj sir for his untiring efforts. On behalf of Kerala Academy, teachers, students, non-teaching members, and on my own behalf, I propose a sincere thanks to you, sir. Next, I would like to thank Professor Harindran K., our principal, that's Kerala Academy, for giving the welcome address. Sir, you have always been a constant support and inspiration for us in conducting these events, and you have given us a lot of encouragement. On behalf of Kerala Academy, teachers, students, non-teaching members, and on my own behalf, I propose a sincere thanks to you, sir. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record a hearty thanks to Shri Anil Kumar K., Professor, Kerala Academy, for being the backbone and guidance throughout the competition. Thank you so much, sir, for providing the much-needed assistance we needed during this hectic period. We thank the moral support which help us to maintain our enthusiasm. On behalf of Kerala Academy, teachers, students, non-teaching members, and on my own behalf, I propose a sincere thanks to you, sir. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated teachers, student conveners, and student volunteers of KLA who are well versed in their duties. I'm in short of words for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. The energy levels and the sincerity which was displayed were exemplary. This has set up higher standards and professionalism in this competition. I would like to sincerely thank you all for the dedication and commitment that all of you have displayed in the last few months. I would also like to thank all the people who worked behind the scene to make this event attain its epitome, and our IT team who provided us with the technical support which is significant due to the virtual nature of this competition. May I conclude by extending my sincere thanks to all the participating teams, faculty conveners, teachers, student conveners, volunteers, committee members, non-teaching members of the office, and all those who are present here to make this function a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. With that, we have come to an end of our inaugural session. On behalf of our institution, I'd like to thank all the dignitaries for joining us and enlightening us with their valuable words.
We would like to express our sincere gratitude to our director, principal, and our faculty conveners for providing us with such a wonderful platform. Now, we sincerely thank our student conveners for all their sweat and blood in making this event a success.
With that, we have come to an end of our inaugural session. Participants, please note, we'll be having a briefing and lot picking session for which separate links has been provided. I humbly request all the participants to kindly attend the same. Thank you all for your kind support and patience. It was a pleasure to host such a wonderful set of audience. Once again, thank you all so much. This is Lakshmi Ramesh along with my co-host Jitin signing off. Thank you.